This war has to end. This slaughter has to end. It's almost incomprehensible, the loss of life. This war is being completely enabled by China. And China could call Vladimir Putin and end this war tomorrow and cut off his dual-purpose technologies that they're selling. There are lots of opportunities for the world to put pressure on China. Ukrainians, I think, are willing to make a deal right now. This war has to end. This slaughter has to end. It's almost incomprehensible, the loss of life and the suffering that the Ukrainians are going through, especially as Russia attacks, their energy infrastructure. I mean, it is horrible what is happening. The global world needs to stand up. But this war is being completely enabled by China, and China could call Vladimir Putin and end this war tomorrow and cut off his dual-purpose technologies that they're selling. China could stop buying Russian oil and gas. There are lots of opportunities for the world to put pressure on China. Any deal has, and this is something we agree on, has to be an agreement between not only the Russians, but the Ukrainians. And it has to be a deal that's acceptable to them. And, my biggest fear is that the Ukrainians, I think, are willing to make a deal right now that's reasonable, that under the circumstances would be fair. There's really no fair deal here because, again, Russia invaded Ukraine and has been, executing this attritional war. But I just am not convinced that ultimately the Russians are ready to make a deal or ever will be able to make a deal. But I do pray for peace because this war needs to end. It's horrific. We see it every day. And it has to end. And President Trump is going to use everything he possibly can to continue until it's either possible or impossible.
Mr. President, the Europeans are not at the negotiation table at the moment. Do you want them to get back?
Yes, of course.
Yes?
Yes.
And what do you think about the efforts of President Macron to talk directly to Putin?
It's his decision. He told me before, and he had coordination with some other leaders. I'm not sure that I have to share with whom of Europeans he shared. I mean, it's his direction. Emmanuel was very open with me. What about they spoke and what the result and estimation of new steps in this direction. I think that Europe has to fix what way they want to coordinate in any kind of negotiation. To my mind, my suggestion that Putin will play games with one, with another, then with the sword, with the force to divide the Europe and to give everybody some prize, some sweets, just to give them that they will get feeling that they are decisive in this. Emmanuel is totally on our side, on the Ukrainian side, and but I think again and again that the most clear pressure on Putin, the most clear negotiations will be more helpful for all of us, because a lot of different people, a lot of leaders, and that's why I think if Europe will be with the United States, with Russia, and with Ukraine at the same table, we will have more chances to end this war. I think so. And that's why I share the same with Emmanuel.
Speaking about coordination at the moment, you don't see Europe being coordinated on
No, Europe is coordinated. They try, and we help as much as possible. Some can tell with details what we do, but I mean this. I don't want to speak about all the details. I mean this Europe also very different, but now Europe is a leader of support for Ukraine, and that's why we need to unite everybody.
Speaking about France,
it's been 4 years already of war. You see Trump playing with your nerves. You keep saying you're frustrated with the way things are going in Europe. It's too slow. Emmanuel Macron will not be the president of France next year. He's going to be out of office. My question is to you personally. How are you personally, and how long can you keep doing this with all this frustration that you've got?
Thank you very much. Yes, I mean this. Emmanuel is with us 1 year. It's a big part of this war, quarter of this war. Yes, a year. It's a long period of time. I hope that we can finish this war during this year. And I think a lot of things, of course, depends on the leader, but a lot of things depends on society. support. And I think that French people support Ukraine, don't support Putin. That's why we count on this support. I hope that it will not decrease. But again and again, of course, if the leader brings, Russian narratives, of course, it's a big problem for us.
And how are you psychologically?
Me? I'm okay. What do you think?
You look tired.
I'm tired?
You look tired. And it's been 4 years already.
Don't look at me. No. Thank you so much. Of course, but all of us are tired in Ukraine. I think so. But we have to do our job to save our country, to defend our rights and our people. So I think that we are at the same boat. Yes, tired but strong. Russians changed, the leader of the group. This is a surprise to my mind because they want to postpone the decisions. But it's too. Maybe I'm pessimistic a little bit. But we count on Americans that we will continue, and they will not give Russia to postpone or to say let's begin negotiations from the very, very beginning because we have the new group. Yes, I think that will be a big mistake, and I hope that our American partner will not give such possibility to Russians play with them. So, military and political. About the military, they have to accept the monitoring mission, how it will be in the case when the war will end, the monitoring of ceasefire. That's what they have to accept. And only one thing between us. And then exchanging of war prisoners. So they have about 7,000, maybe a little bit less, of Ukrainian warriors. We have, for today, I think more than 4,000 already. And it's good news because we had 1,500. And for today we have a little bit more than 4,000. It means that we can exchange. So we are ready if they will say all to all, great. If they will say 1,000 to 1,000, not great, but very good. So, but if they will say 100 to 100, we will do it. Of course, for us, any such step, it's a positive decision. This mandate our group has. And about the political decisions, Rustam, you can give comment?
Yeah, the President gave instructions and directives to discuss on the land. We have stay where we stay. It's not just, it's not good, it's not fair, because for us it's just these 1991 borders. But this option is on the table that we discussed. The second option was potentially that U.S. and others, European allies, said about a free economic zone. We are elaborating around it, and details we will tell later.
Mr. President, do you
Deborah,
really
please.
believe you can join the European Union in 2027? Seriously, when you
This is a part of our security guarantees. We spoke about security guarantees, but we need a package, and United States and Europe, they accepted that. They think that bilateral security guarantees between us and United States is crucial. Trilateral between United States, Europe and Ukraine is very important. It's been coalition with the backstop of the United States, and our membership in EU is the third part of security guarantees. So we need it. This is the package for us. One doesn't work with another because it's economical security guarantees. We speak about the day. We underlined it more and more that we have to be ready. My team has to prepare. The government team, the parliamentarian, they have to prepare everything. Technically, Ukraine has to be ready in 2027. But the date of acceptance depends on all these dialogues with 27 members. But we need the date. We are speaking to fix the date in this document. I said it previously. I think that with all respect to the United States and Europe, but if we will not have the date in the document, I think that Russia will block our membership in future. And it will be the problem for all of us because they will do it. They will use some other countries or by themselves because they don't want us to be in EU.